Welcome to Uncivil Rights. It's your boy KC. Got the homies Haji and Sly Dat Guy in the building. What's up with it?
What's going on, gang?
Sly over there being a high guy as usual.
Most likely.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
He brought some goodies for us today.
Oh, yeah, man.
Man, what y'all been on today before y'all got here? Like, actually, what y'all been on yesterday? Because today's a whole nother day.
At this point.
I'm just out here trying to save the world, man.
From what?
One joint at a time. Huh?
What you trying to save it from?
Anxiety.
Like a motherfucker.
The whole world is anxious.
Yep.
Right now, for real.
Yep.
That's the crazy part.
Over all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Suicides up. Deaths are down. Ain't that about a bitch? I still looking at that shit, bro. Still, remember we looked at that last time?
The death clock.
Yes. Still ain't changed.
The death clock?
Yeah, the death clock.
Really?
I'm gonna keep bringing that shit up because it's been around for a while, right?
Yeah.
And what it does, Sly, is it keeps track of deaths in real time as they're reported.
Really?
Yeah. And it shows you that like every 11 seconds, somebody in America dies.
Oh, really? And they got this shit on.
Yeah, it's on a website.
So somehow they
USDeathClock.com.
Wow.
And you can and I think the average is over 10 years or some shit. But the average deaths per day is like 7,700 per day.
Oh, okay.
And last year it like averaged less than that.
Oh. Well, the death clock's down. That's good then. It's like
But-
the dial.
but what I'm
it's
saying-
like the dial, but in reverse, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. But the point we were making was like, where are the 400,000 extra COVID deaths? Why are there less deaths in 2020 than 2019?
Right. Exactly.
That's the point we were making when we were looking
well,
at
I
it.
mean, shit, that's a valid fucking point. If the deaths went up because of COVID, did that shit add up on the death clock, or was y'all cheating those like the election?
It don't matter. Oh shit, you gonna get us deplatform around
Oh
this bitch?
shit, my bad.
No, you good. You can say whatever the fuck you want with this Uncivil Rights.
That's kind of why I said it.
This is great.
Bro, I ain't gonna go into like, cause I haven't seen any actual evidence of fraud except for that one video. But that's
I mean, you know how that shit is, bro.
that's subjective though, because
Exactly.
you don't know
To
all
both
the
sides.
you don't know all the context. I've
both sides.
only heard the one lady's testimony about it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, the only thing, the things that I see that happen wrong with the election are actual constitutional violations. Like,
Excuse me. Sorry.
like in Pennsylvania, how they changed the rules after voting started, and then the people who changed the rules are like specifically prohibited from changing the rules in the Constitution.
Really? Yeah, I heard
because in
about
Article 2, Section 1, it says electors shall be chosen by the legislative body of the state thereof. So basically, in other words, the state legislature decides how the election goes.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Secretary of State was changing shit. And in the Supreme Court, even more egregiously, they upheld the shit. The state Supreme Court. And then they underlined it and then added even some more like
Crazy shit to go along with
leniencies
it.
to it. Now that was fucked up. And then there was a case where I forgot what state it was where they violated the Equal Protections Clause because it's not necessarily illegal to do ballot curing where the workers help people fix their ballots so they count. Like if you missed something or filled something out wrong or whatever.
Right.
But they didn't do it in every district, so that violates the Equal Protections Clause. Like shit like that, and for federal courts and appellate courts to just slap it down, slap those cases down, and just say there's no standing is just insane to me.
I mean, but that's one of those things, man. That's part of the setup right there. It's always gonna be certain areas that are gonna get well, this happened, or we was able to change a rule, and I'm sure that shit transpired on both sides. So you can't really be like, oh well, it's all voter fraud on Biden's end, or vice versa, because I'm sure there was plenty of people in each party saying, "My nigga, we got to figure this out."
The big thing that I have a hard time believing is that Joe Biden got more votes than Barack Obama
this year. I mean, come on, the numbers like that. The only reason why you can half-ass say that is because it was
like if he hadn't got that, like say he would have lost, right? Mm-hmm. And Trump still got the same amount of votes, which is like 8 million more than Obama. People wouldn't believe that shit either. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just unbelievable. That Obama got the most votes of all time until the last. Right? Yeah, you just heat the tip. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Dabs.
I mean,
you gotta flip the thing open. Al had that issue last night.
Personally, I think that may be Donald Trump's fault, bro.
Yeah. Like, water.
You did not tell me that part.
Oh, my bad.
In this last 4-year election cycle,
you ain't gotta fill it back up another. You smoke it dry.
I have seen and talked to more Republicans than I ever have that switched their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Didn't necessarily switch parties, but they're like, okay, we can't get behind this shit.
I can't fuck with this shit. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, regretted voting for, different reasons.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really think he kind of made himself the villain.
I mean,
essentially,
there was a reason for it.
No, here's the thing with that though.
But it's like everybody's a villain though. Like if you just isolate everybody, everybody's a villain because the media and the social media platforms and all that stuff, and it doesn't matter whether they lean right or lean left. They all enable this shit.
Yeah, and they all have an agenda, which Trump has spoken out about and tried to do something about. And see, that's the point. It's like public perception has formed a lot of opinion around his presidency, behind his erratic behavior, and moments where he couldn't really express what he was trying to do properly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time...
But, like, what I mean is, like, for example, with the media, right? The media and its infatuation, for example, with Antifa. Mm-hmm. For the longest time, for like 2-3 years, when they first started showing up to rallies and protests or whatever the cause was, they show up and start shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? With everywhere, with whatever cause it was, and they'd always mask themselves as part of the protest group. Mm-hmm. And then for years, like, because it started during the Obama administration, the Antifa shit did. Yeah. And the media acted like it didn't even exist. Yeah. Like people like Don Lemon would even like go as far as to say it's a conspiracy theory. Yeah. Like this isn't even a real thing. Yeah. To like recent to where like when they started burning cities down. Yeah. Antifa. Yeah. During the Black Lives Matter protests. Yeah. Then you got like somebody like Don Lemon. Yeah. Again saying, these are heroes. Yeah. You go from that to one incident. Now, I'm not condoning it. I think all of it's a bunch of bullshit. Mm-hmm. Then you had this one incident at the Capitol building. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And now half the country is terrorists. Yeah. Like out the same mouth. And so like you're gonna have a group of people who just like that. But at the same time, they're saying they want to bring the country together while the other side's dividing it. But what they're doing is making that group of people feel marginalized and bubbling over with. And then you add in big tech, who silences those people. Yes. Like I don't see the road ending in nothing but a brick wall.
Yes. So I completely agree with what you're saying. But what I will say in all of this is everybody seems to have an agenda and the American public doesn't want to acknowledge those agendas. We would just rather fight over left and right.
I mean, that's just like acknowledging the conspiracy theories of a lot of shit.
But see, what's a conspiracy theory if we're being lied to? You know what I'm saying? A conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory until what actually happens, or the truth, or the evidence comes out.
Exactly.
It's getting to the point where what we're told is the conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Is the conspiracy theory, and the truth is portrayed as a conspiracy theory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's just
Definitely.
insane.
Yeah.
And I don't care what side it's coming from. That's just insanity.
What's crazy is it took someone willing to go against the grain to even speak on some of the things that Donald Trump said.
Bro, you got corporations. You got corporations that are like thrown in, like literally financially, with these left wing activist groups that incite violence and all kind of shit. While at the same time, today I'm reading articles about them blacklisting Trump supporters.
Yeah.
And like, that's not a special plea for Trump, but it's like, you gotta, like, y'all are bailing out Antifa people, like setting up bail funds for them, and shaming people off of airplanes today and yesterday because of who they voted for. That's just crazy to me.
I mean, that's the shit part about everything right now, because of, I want to say, the sensitivity of the situation in its own, you know, because we could all look at it from the perspective of, oh, well, the majority, and that's kind of the thing nowadays. Well, the majority says we all hate this man, or we all don't like this fucker. Like, if it's just like right now, if everybody tomorrow got on Facebook and was like, I don't like peanut butter, there's a guarantee that motherfuckers would literally stop eating peanut butter.
Yeah.
People would literally, like, if the majority was like, Reese's Pieces sucked, motherfuckers would stop eating Reese's Pieces.
And what's spooky about that is when you got a handful of people, like literally a group of people you can fit in my living room, that controls the flow of that information. So we're like if you look, for example, at the exit polls of the presidential election, for example, right? There's a big split there, but it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty much split even, like 50-49. So
I would definitely say.
So then you got the media and this big text saying, well, most of the country feels this way, and trying to chastise everybody and silence the other half of the people who. So it's not really like. So the thing is, they're getting away with doing that when it's not really what everybody thinks.
Oh, well, I mean,
and that's dangerous when it comes to silencing, because I see people celebrating the fact that, you know, and that's your prerogative. I see people celebrating the fact that they banned Trump from Twitter and all that shit, right? But what happens when you
get banned from Twitter,
don't agree with the mainstream opinion?
Exactly.
Then it's gonna be different. I mean, it's like
then it could become a situation where the race card gets pulled, or people are gonna start saying certain things that's really pretty fucking pointless. Because I mean, if you really looked at it, why are we arguing? Why are you arguing for some shit that honestly makes no sense? Because again, in the sense of the social platform, yes, there are limitations on what you can and cannot do.
So I'm about to say something right now to you guys, and this is something that I've given a lot of thought on. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I didn't vote for Donald Trump either time.
I voted for Kanye.
I couldn't really bring myself to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I think the truest thing to be said out of all of this is Donald Trump was and is a bitter truth. And this is why I say that. So it is historically documented. This man has lied on the podium more times than anybody else consecutively, but he said a lot of things that were true and portrayed as a lie.
You know,
because of the establishment.
You know, the thing is, and this isn't a special plea either, but he's the first person at the podium I seen them counting lies too. So I
exactly.
So I don't know. So I don't know. So I don't know.
No. You're absolutely correct, because what happens now, because we have internet, the past few presidents, like, we can go back and fact check that. Yeah. Like, you can look that up. People are doing that. So now that it's being done, it can't really be hidden or overshadowed like it was in the past.
Yeah.
So that's very true. That's a very good point. Yeah.
True.
You're right.
It's shit. and that's why they're
all them niggas be lying.
And that's why they're cracking down on. That's why they're cracking down on this shit, because they're trying to control the narrative. Like, cause some little jerk off in Silicon Valley got his feelings hurt, he push a button and screw everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's fucking up people's lives, man. Like, it really is fucking up people's lives, bro. Imagine, right, going to a rally for the president. Like just in the context of before the shit happened, right?
Yeah.
You go to the rally, you support the president, you go there, you don't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
You're there, you're protesting, you see this shit, like, what the fuck's going on? You're just like everybody else. You're like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
And you go home and you've lost your job.
Yeah.
Or they won't let you on the airplane to go home, bro. Imagine that shit. That's not America.
That's un-American, yes.
That is not America, bro. That is not America.
No, current America.
I
mean, but let's be real. If you
hypocrisy,
look at
bro.
In current America, the quickest thing that we're willing to do for somebody, or really the quickest way to bring justice, as most people see fit, is basically is to cancel them. You know, the whole cancel culture is a quick thing where, okay, if we don't like it, we just fuck that, cancel that shit, cancel my order, send me my money back. I don't want to deal with it, because that's literally what's going on right now. Yeah. Motherfuckers is getting mad about something that somebody else does that they may have the right to do now. It's understandable for the people who've done things per se.
You know what radicals of all sides throughout history have always been experts at? Changing the language, right? Like, you say cancel culture, not you, but like, people say cancel culture,
right?
And you know what I interpret it as? Fascism.
It is.
I don't agree with you, so I'm gonna silence you. And if I have to use violence, that's what it's gonna be. Yeah. And if I have to use political means to do it, then I'm gonna do it.
And I mean, I feel like nowadays a lot of shit boils down to that. And they people use the political view.
Burn yourself. Oh, that's tasty.
The political views to try and dull down a lot of the things that, I mean, hell, for me being a late 80s, 90s kid, you know what I'm saying? That's the same shit that I feel like, is what helped mold us as kids, you know what I'm saying? And nowadays, you go to a little league game and all the little kids get a fucking trophy because they participated.
Bro, being competitive is being toxic. That's toxic.
It's a toxic trait. Yeah, they call it toxic. Masculinity is a bad thing these days.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bro, like all kinds of stuff. Like, you're not allowed. They're making it more and more. Or they're making it.
Root beer.
They're making it more and more hard to be an individual. Like, I was seeing this thing where they were discussing that you're a bigot if you're what do they call it, a cis male, and don't want to date a transgender woman. Like, how does that make me a bigot?
So you can't herd individuals, Casey.
Exactly.
Doo-doo.
And the thing, and what's so crazy about it is, everybody. It's like that saying. I forget the man's name, but and I'm probably gonna fuck it up. But it's like that. It's like that poem that concentration camp survivor wrote. He wasn't a Jew or anything. He just wasn't Aryan. I forget what his name was. He said first they came for the workers' unions, and I didn't speak up for them because I'm not in the workers' union. Then they came for the socialist parties, and I didn't speak up for them because I'm not a socialist. He said then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I'm not a Jew. He said then they came for me, and there wasn't anybody left to speak up for me. And it's kind of like that slippery slope. I feel like is already starting. It's crazy.
I mean, we were on.
It's opinion. It's opinion. It's opinion dividing us strategically.
Yeah,
I low-key feel like we at that part of the slope where shit's really about to come crashing down in the valley.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
Shit's crazy.
it's a high-ass mountain that we're on. So to be fair, we ain't all the way there yet, but let's just say that, and see, that's what makes it worse because, again, since we are on this high-ass mountain, you know what I'm saying, all this shit that's coming down, it's going to be a big-ass fucking avalanche.
Yeah,
it's gonna really fuck some shit up when shit does hit the fan.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this though. I'm an Aries. I'm a goat. I'm gonna just hop, nigga.
You don't get.
I'm on the mountain, nigga.
I'm on the ledge.
Yeah, bro. I'm a goat, bro.
You a mountain goat?
Yep.
You gonna climb that mountain?
Yeah.
You know?
Have you seen that?
You know the
you know the seen them?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
You know the motherfucker at the top of the mountain. He didn't fall there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a good thing that you're a mountain goat. You gotta keep climbing.
That's exactly.
Do not slip.
Yeah. But I mean, even if you slip, like they be
don't fall all the way.
On the ledge,
don't fall all the way.
They're comfortable in that altitude. Is the point I'm making? Like I'm not tripping.
That shit crazy.
Yeah. You feel me?
That shit's crazy. But yeah, this exodus of people who you don't agree with, that shit is insane, man.
No, man. America was built on debate.
Definitely.
I mean, you kind of have to look at it and see.
And, you know, at some point, I think I have, you know, you hear the really hardcore, stuck in a moment in the whirlwind of all the political controversy that's going on right now on both sides. Like it's the sky is falling. It's the end of the world. You remember, like we were talking about the other day, how when I finally figured out that like everything's gonna be okay. That's like really when I figured out that I actually believed in God.
Yeah,
and yep. And and the same thing is like I believe in this country. I really do believe we're the greatest. For what's crazy is for so many reasons that people say we're flawed, in the way that we've overcome those flaws through the last 2.5 centuries is why I think we're great.
Yeah,
and which is why I think this shit is just temporary, because I think there's gonna come to a point where people of all different ideologies in this country are gonna be like, yo, this is bullshit. We can't, like, especially like think about being an immigrant and you're escaping fascism or communism, and you come here and you start seeing the shit like even that people aren't gonna put up with this shit, I don't think.
Pressure makes diamonds. And
it's not funny. And what's crazy is the government is going to fold. They're not going to push this shit because whatever they think is going to get them voted in the office, that's what they're going to go with. And as soon as the public pressure starts going against these perpetuators of propaganda, that shit's gonna eventually come to an end.
So I believe that as well. Honestly, what I'm tired of is the political ploys. Like
the difference between us, I'm sorry for cutting you off, because the difference between us and say like China or Russia or anywhere else is we have, with the exception of a few minority groups, but as a whole, as a country, we have never been oppressed. we've always been a free country, with the exception of, prior to 1864. Since the Civil War, this has been a free country.
Yeah.
And it's always progressed towards freedom more than isn't.
Opinion.
It hasn't really regressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's kind of all we know. And that's what, that's why I'm so heartbroken for Hong Kong. They're kind of the same boat, but they lost, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, pressure makes diamonds. I know that the children that we are raising, because of our awareness, will change things in society and in their community. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be on a small scale or a large scale.
And that's right. I agree with that, because it's in our nature as adolescents and post-adolescents and young adults to rebel against the establishment.
Yeah.
And in that rebellion, you see what you find what are actual universal truths.
Yeah.
And you tend to leave that shit alone eventually.
Yeah.
And then you shape into it. Yeah, and I think what we're shaping is going to turn out to be maybe the greatest generation since the baby boomers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely could say there's a big possibility of that. It honestly just depends on how the system flows.
Because my generation dropped the ball, bro. What are we, Gen X before the millennials? Yeah, Gen X totally dropped the ball. Look how fucked up my age group has shit, bro.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at the eras that y'all came from.
Yep.
As well as, I mean, even for us, because we came in on the tail end of y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that was going on in that time period. That's just like what I was saying earlier, man. Like the shit that we was raised on, or the shit that we was able to take in to learn from. You know what I'm saying? Not even being raised on certain things, because it's certain shit that I didn't learn at home, but I learned outside the house. Because watching certain shit on TV or being around certain households really made me see, it's a change in its own. Sorry, I almost brain farted there, but
you know what I've been enjoying seeing?
What's that?
Rappers vote.
I don't give a shit about rappers voting.
Why not?
It's a dope
Why not?
thing.
I mean, that's cool. But
you got Waka Flocka that shit voting.
No.
Good.
So, okay, you said your generation dropped the ball, right?
I'm talking about as far as what we did once motherfuckers got voted in.
What do you mean by that?
And who we keep voting in.
Right.
We had a chance.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
We had a chance, bro. I've been able to vote for 22 years.
Yeah.
I've been able to vote for 22 years.
Yeah.
In that 22 years, we've had Trump, Obama, Bush, right?
Bush twice, no?
The president changes. And this is the point I always try to make. It's kind of like the quarterback on a football team. They get blamed for everything, and they get the credit for everything.
Yep.
But really, but this is what fucks it up, right? Because of how the representatives are voted for is like statewide per state, and the senators as well. I don't have a choice on who in these other states, just like they don't have a choice in our state or who gets to be the congressman or the senator. So that's already gamble enough with your vote, right?
Facts. I don't like that.
And then add to the fact that there's no term limit. So now I've been able to vote for 22 years and have never been able to vote, like say a Nancy Pelosi out of office.
Yep.
That woman's been in office since I was a toddler.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like or Lindsey Graham, he's been in office since I was a teenager.
And that is what's broken and ridiculous.
And that's what's fucked up. And like I think, and like the senators, like I think I said it before, like I don't think there should be a popular vote. I think there should be a representative vote, like it says in originally, like the state senate is supposed, or the state legislature is supposed to appoint the senators, or vote for them, or however.
Well, that's why they have to call all these hearings and bring people in, and you know what I'm saying, discuss new ideas and inventions and creations and concepts with all these different people, because they're kind of stuck in their ways. Like,
but
what?
I mean, shit. Even then, with that, them being stuck in their ways, they have these meetings, so called, and just take that shit and throw it to the side because they really don't want it anyway.
That shit's crazy, bro. Shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like we had the same like handful of people be the majority leaders of the parties.
Yep.
Or they steal that shit and then tweak it and call it their own.
And where we really dropped the ball at, right? In the meantime, you got these special interest groups pushing in the educational systems, pushing this undertone of anti-Americanism.
So
in our educational system, and my generation totally missed this shit because we're so into ourselves.
Yeah,
and the kids are not like crack baby neglected, but our kids are neglected. We like our the devices are raising them.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
And so there's this huge generation gap. Like if you look at the fresh blood in the political sphere, like the AOCs and the Marco Rubio's kind of relatively young, people like that. There's a huge generational gap between an AOC and a.
I kind of like Marco Rubio, honestly.
Yeah, he's kind of he's straight.
Yeah,
but like there's a huge age gap between the Ilhan Omar and the AOC and the Chuck Schumer and the Nancy Pelosi. What I'm saying is there's no like big swinging dicks in the House of Representatives or Senate that's in my generation is what my point is. Like that's what I mean by we dropped the ball. It's
absolutely.
It's embarrassing, really.
But I mean, that's not really.
If I wasn't a criminal, I'd run for office. I was gonna run for Congress until that shit happened in Florida.
Oh, you'll be alright.
They'd fuck me with that one.
You'll be alright.
I ain't got enough money to cover that shit like that. You gotta have that paper to cover that shit up. What is your problem, Snuggles?
Damn dog.
That shit crazy. What are you crying about? My dog's over here crying like an idiot.
She probably wants to go out.
You need to go outside?
I thought that
Look at her. I'm gonna let the dog out. I'll be right back.
Intermission.
Look how happy she is.
So, we're still here.
We are, man. It's been popping, G.
Nothing much, man. You know, out here trying to be a better me every day. You know what I'm talking about? You know, doing my best. Working on it, man. You know, I think a lot of the social issues that we're discussing is just a bunch of people taking lack of responsibility for their lives and their decisions.
I think that's what a lot of people got to do.
I've decided to take personal responsibility, bro. I have things, you know, I have mistakes that I've made and holes that I'm climbing out of, and that's all a part of who I am. But if I don't acknowledge that and pretend that it doesn't exist, then how can I progress from it? And I think that's what's hitting our country over the head right now. You know, honestly,
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I just left the door open for the little bitch. I ain't finna be getting up. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you good. No, we were just discussing, you know, kind of where all this is stemming from. People taking lack of personal responsibility, you know.
It's from the educational system, bro.
Yep.
The school, and that's the other thing too. That's another thing we dropped the ball on. The schools are teaching our kids how to be people. And it's not the school's job. That's our job, is to teach them how to be people. And the school's job is to educate them with information and to provide in higher learning places, provide a safe platform for debate of different ideas.
You remember that conversation we were having with B the other night?
No.
So we know a school teacher. And she said just a few years ago they took like Christopher Columbus and the Pilgrims out of the curriculum.
Yeah.
Because it's not historical fact.
I mean, we all knew that.
There's a lot of shit that's not historical fact that they teach at school is just bullshit. Even now, the shit they're replacing it with is bullshit.
Yep.
Because they don't have the actual fucking facts.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about America is, you know how they say the winners write the history?
Yeah, yep. It's true.
In America,
that's the truest thing.
In America,
what?
The losers write the history.
Oh yeah. Yep, you're right. He's
the party that seceded from the Union and had a whole civil war.
Yeah.
And stood in front of schoolhouses to keep little black kids from going to school with little white kids.
Yeah.
Still got their hands in there.
They the motherfuckers,
They wrote all this.
They the ones that run the teachers' unions.
Yeah.
Look, bro.
This is fact.
Look, check this out.
This is fact.
Like the Betsy DeVos, the lady that Trump appointed as the head of the education department. She wanted to do school choice where you could choose whatever school you want your kid to go to in the district. And they said that shit was racist.
Yep.
How would that be racist?
Bro, the same motherfuckers who said that was racist, like a Joe Biden and shit like that.
Yeah.
I remember the same motherfuckers who was against busing back in the day when they wanted to provide public transportation for black kids after desegregation.
So
ain't that about a bitch?
So what's crazy about what you're saying
not just
right
Joe
now,
Biden, not picking on him, just that group of people.
Right.
What's crazy about what you're saying right now is my children are in a school district that on the outside is okay, right?
Yeah.
But the influence and the types of kids in there and what they're doing isn't good.
Not good.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't have too many choices in what I do.
I mean, but you gotta remember, man, that's the thing. Like, you start looking at kids in school and shit, it could be the best fucking school.
Yep. Yeah.
From a social standpoint. And
I think what's crazy is the poor kids, they can't escape it. Like you saying, they can't escape it. It's either a fucked up school where they don't teach you shit.
And the social climate is even more fucked up.
Yeah.
Or a private school.
Or the social climate is still fucked up.
I'm talking about the public schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or it's a nice school in a nice school district where they're teaching you fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
along with again that social climate that, because again I feel like that there's a major point in that. Like you said, these schools are raising the kids, and these teachers don't have time to try and teach 23 kids every fucking hour and a half or however long these class periods are how to be mannerable, so they can actually teach them the information that they're trying to get across.
Yep.
You know. So I mean, they don't have time for that shit. These kids, again, you got the cliques, you got the people, you got all that shit that's going on, and you end up seeing where kids get lost just trying to fit in somewhere, and actually per se get attention. Because like you said, they ain't getting this shit at home. Mom them not there. You know what I'm saying? They at work, really, because that's the situation. As much as it is, and as much as we want to say, oh, well, shit, the school don't need to be raising them, but how can that work if?
And then going back to the censorship thing too, right? That molds them too, cause like remember when we was in school before all the internet existed like it does now,
right?
Like to think of all the pressures that you had to deal with at school.
Oh yeah,
the bullies, girls, sports, class, all that shit.
Now that's just magnified.
Now magnified times a billion.
Isn't that all magnified? Like.
And add all that shit, man. It's just crazy, and and then they wonder why these kids are acting out like this.
I mean, shit's
crazy.
On one end of the spectrum, for what it's worth, they trying to go viral.
Yeah.
With the rest of America. I mean, shit, look at it. People who've gotten in trouble for pimping their kids out trying to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit's insane. People are just going crazy.
So you were talking about the losers writing history.
Yeah.
Were you referencing like the Daughters of the South? You know about that? That's what you were talking about?
Vaguely, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I was talking about the Democrats.
What?
I was talking about the Democratic Party.
Where?
They're the ones that seceded from the Union.
Uh-huh.
They're the ones that opposed desegregation.
Yeah.
They voted no on civil rights like a dozen times. But I mean, historically, I'm talking about the party, not the people in the party right now. Just the establishment party.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who control the teachers' unions.
Yeah. Wasn't Abe a Republican?
Abe?
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at it.
But see, that's the point. Like that's the point. That's the point I be trying to make.
Bro,
like, politically.
Like he literally carried a copy of the Declaration of Independence and Constitution with him while he was campaigning for a second term.
Yeah.
And when he was campaigning Douglas, he won the debate.
Yeah.
He won the debates with points out of those documents. He won the debates with those documents on the Senate and in the Hall of Congress to get them to vote on the shit and add the 13th and 14th Amendment. And the people and the establishment that opposed him tell us that those very documents are racist. It's just craziness.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by the losers control the narrative.
Yeah.
In this country, it's weird.
Well, I mean,
I don't mean like if you're a loser. You know what I mean? I mean like historically, like you take historical L's like over and over again.
Historical L's.
Like your ideology does. Like not the Democratic Party necessarily, but the ideology that lives on that side.
That's a hard road.
Maybe not even the broad ideology, but a specific ideology that lives on that side, that lives in that party.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see it show its face in some people in the party today. Just like you can see, populism and fascism show its face. It lives in the right.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not picking on the Democrats. I'm just giving some balance to the overall conversation because motherfuckers hate to talk about their history.
Man, both political parties have a pretty colored past. You know what I'm saying?
But theirs is way more colorful. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like just off the top of your head, who the most people you say, minus Obama, right? Who until Obama, I mean, who did people say were the greatest Democrat president?
Clinton. He wasn't even a good.
I mean, like in historical context, not really in our lifetime. Frederick Douglass, wouldn't you say? Not Frederick Douglass, I mean Franklin Roosevelt.
Okay.
FDR.
Yeah.
That's the one they love.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the one they teach about, yeah.
All right, so check him out, right? Back then, radio was really the only media platform.
Yeah.
And so there were more radio listeners than there are TV listeners and all that shit combined today or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And anyway, your radio license lasts for I think 3 years. And it went through a commission and all that shit. And one of the first executive orders he signed that he made was it made the licenses last for 6 months, and he had to directly approve them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he put licenses on a bunch of them who didn't like speak of him favorably. Then you gotta think he's also the guy who pressured the New York Times was trying to appease because of that very thing, and that's the reason that they covered up. I mean, that they covered up the Holocaust.
Really?
Yeah, it was never on the front page, not one time on the New York Times.
Yeah.
He also is the guy who put Japanese Americans in internment camps. But you know, that's the one they teach about in school. Isn't that crazy?
Man.
Oh, he also served 4 terms.
4 terms?
Yeah, he tried to get rid of term limits for presidents.
Hey.
4
4 terms. And see, he's a hero.
Yeah.
To that ideology, and the reason I bring it up is not to like specifically pick on FDR.
Yeah.
Just to point out the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Of the doctrine
and the establishment as a whole. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And yeah, it's definitely broken.
I mean, but historically, there's been people who want to be president that plan to sell us out to a foreign country and claim the rest as their own as a monarch. For example, that was Aaron Burr's plan. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
That was his whole plan. He was going to sell. I forgot who he said he was going to sell us to, and then keep the rest. And he's going to be the king. You know, the dude that killed Hamilton in the duel. What? He was vice president once, and then after that, he served in our government for a long time.
Who is this?
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burke. Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
Good grief.
You remember learning in school about the president that got killed in a duel?
No.
Or the former president?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was Aaron Burr. Or the vice president. Was he the vice president? But Aaron Burr and him, they had a duel and he killed him.
That's the point, bro. That's the point that I'm making Aaron
Burr
bro. Like,
you know, Harry Truman. Oh, sorry. I'm just getting some context of presidential behavior. Yeah. Harry Truman beat a man half to death on the way from the outhouse back into the White House who was getting on his nerves. Beat him half to death with his cane. That was a little weird caveat on presidential behavior, but yeah.
Man, I feel like we watched. I feel like that power, and I feel like that shit consumed him, but not even from a like standpoint of like, oh, he's the villain.
Who?
Donald Trump.
Oh,
I honestly believe that Donald Trump went into the office with the best of intentions, and he tried. I can say that. I can honestly say that. There's been several times on the campaign trail and throughout his presidency, he sat behind the podium and said some shit I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And acted on it within legislation.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But on the back end of that, like it's like his TV persona and his ego. Are you all right over here?
I'm kind of stoned.
I see. That's how I was looking at. You see me lean and look.
These long days done caught up to the kid.
You know, that's getting a close up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel what you're saying.
Welcome to Uncivil Rights, buddy.
But again, in historical context, right? We just go one by one, like scandal by scandal, right?
Yeah. Throughout each presidency, I'm
just gonna pick one per presidency in my lifetime. Okay, during the Obama administration, there was the Fast and Furious thing, where what's his name, Eric Holder gave the guns to the cartels, and the cartels like killed some of our cops with the guns, and they didn't know how to trace them and none of that shit. Super scandal, super fucked up. Bush, the whole Iraq thing. Clinton fucking like everybody talks about him getting his dick sucked. That was the wag. That was the tail wagging the dog. The Monica Lewinsky thing. What the real thing was, he lied under oath about those top secret things being missing. The not the Watergate. The what is it called? Whitewater. That shit. And Bush. The Gulf War.
Yeah.
Reagan.
Yeah.
Having Bush as his fucking vice president. Carter.
Yeah.
A fucking bumpkin. That was his crime. You just keep on going back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're all fucking idiots. They're just normal people like everybody else.
Yeah.
And people fuck up. But the thing is, though, like, more and more and more, they're in the spotlight. I feel for Biden, honestly.
Why?
Could you imagine being a president right now?
It's gonna be hell.
And you know, he gonna fuck up a lot.
It's gonna be hell. He gonna definitely do a bunch of shit that
I ain't
it's gonna
talking.
be a quick majority not agreeing with that.
And I'm not even talking about like fucking up like the actual policies that he do. But like if you actually watch his speeches and shit like that,
Yeah.
he's gonna fuck up just talking a lot.
He's old, man. That's another thing, like, bruh.
He had Kamala come out and speak for him so many times. Like, this is my representative.
Looking at it.
Dog.
What the fuck?
She talks for me.
I'm not gonna lie. when he ran down that podium at his acceptance speech, I was hoping he didn't fall over, man.
I was worried for him. He
It was concerning.
broke.
Come on, man. Some of y'all
Like
may feel like I messed up for saying
like
that,
sincere,
but you were thinking it.
bro. Like
Hey,
that's
for
a
real.
sincere concern, cause like
Bro.
then they said he was playing with his dog and broke his ankle.
He already frail enough.
Like, you think he was really out in the yard playing with his dog on the campaign trail, as busy as he is?
Bro,
Man,
I don't
you
understand.
may never
That
know.
motherfucker broke his ankle on the way down to the basement where he be playing video games.
Looking at
That's where he be tweeting from, playing video games, doing his press conferences on his webcam.
Watching Kamala.
You think Willie Brown gave him a tape?
Oh, man.
You know who Willie Brown is?
No.
That was I think he was the mayor of San
I'll be
Francisco.
right back, guys.
Oh.
The one she had
Man. That's why his name sounded
You
familiar.
think he gave Joe a tape?
Oh, we lost Sly.
Oh man, Sly fell off the map.
But yeah, see, bro, that's why I love having these conversations with you, because no one, this is the scary part, no one at this point is willing to discuss historical facts and really analyze it for what it is. People choose a side, whoever's saying what they feel like they agree with at the moment, and a lot of people aren't even doing their research, man.
Bro, what's even scarier is like going to the media, back to the media, like dude, like even like Justice Roberts, Supreme Court Justice Roberts, he's the Chief Justice. Even him, like, you're supposed to be an originalist, what they call like you stick to the Constitution and try to interpret it as literally as possible for today. That's the point of an originalist, right?
Yeah.
Who's actually like deciding what cases they will and won't hear based on, like, it's obviously based on what he thinks the newspapers are gonna say about him.
Yeah.
And that's fucked. And I wouldn't give a damn if it was on the other side, but like just the fact that you claim yourself to be that, like whether you agree with them or not, like that's the one
But
those are the ones you expect to like.
What are their term limits though?
Those are lifetime tenure.
That's why.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No. Those are that's why they're lifetime tenured, so that those pressures don't, like, why does he care?
Exactly.
That's why they have lifetime tenure.
You know why I think he cares? Because if you haven't noticed, this particular Congress is very impeachment happy. Man, what's today? Today's the 12th, right?
Yeah. I was gonna mention that
yesterday
to you,
was yesterday was 11th. These motherfuckers impeached this man.
Yeah.
He got 9 days left in his presidency.
Yeah.
Like if they have the trial,
bro,
he's not gonna even be in office anymore.
So listen.
Like what the fuck is that?
They're trying to say that they're doing that to make a point saying, you know, we can't stand for this. But honestly, bro, that's a political ploy. This, what they're doing right now, is guaranteeing or trying to guarantee that he can't or won't run again. That's what this is.
That's what they're trying to do.
That's what and I can admit that, like I said.
That shit wild, bro.
Yeah. Because at this, that doesn't make any sense. You're going to have the trial to impeach the man afterwards.
Craziness.
What's happened is already embarrassing enough. You get what I'm saying? For the country. Like, it's about, you get what I'm saying?
The whole
and that goes back to what you were saying about the tenures of these top political leaders. Because it's like, bro, should we be going off your opinion or what the American people decide to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, why do you get to make that decision for all of us?
That's just craziness.
You know?
That's just craziness.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
California, please vote Nancy Pelosi out of office. You keep the rest of them. I don't give a damn. Just get rid of her, please. Pretty please.
I don't know, man. You
this woman is crazy.
So
you know, she admitted to using the stimulus package as a political football.
Both of them are.
No, I'm saying like she admitted like that's the reason why she would in order to
And at that point with
crazy.
both parties doing that, they are not serving us anymore.
Her and Mitch McConnell both did that shit. Cause
Period.
Mitch McConnell came back at their ass with, well, you got to put the Section 230 withdrawal in there. Like, you know what? I agree with the Section 230 getting rid of that shit.
But that don't have shit to do with what we talking about right now. But
fuck you trying to put that in to use that as a negotiation tool in a stimulation pack, in the stimulus package, Mitch McConnell, you fucking turtle face fucker.
I feel like he grabbed all of us by the nuts, bro.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck Nancy Pelosi. Fuck Chuck Schumer. You know who I fuck with?
Who?
I fuck with Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
He's the minority leader in the House. I fucks with Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
I fuck with Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah.
I fucks with Tulsi Gabbard, and she's a Democrat.
Yeah.
And she's dope.
Yeah.
I fucks with her.
Yeah.
And see, like, and that's the thing is like I fuck with people that we ain't gotta agree on everything, but
exactly.
I can tell sincerity and
who sincerely is trying to do what's best for the country
versus trying to grab up all the power. That's just insane.
That is what burns me up. That's the whole reason I follow politics, because at the end of the day, when I
shut up, Snubbles.
When I first began to follow politics and really what was going on and research historically myself, as a black man, I felt shamed.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So at that point, I had the decision to make to either completely ignore politics.
Shut up, Snubbles.
Like a lot of people I know, you know what I'm saying? Which is your right as an American. That's a part of it as well.
I know
you have the right to not participate at all. You niggas figure it out.
I know she ain't barking this lie.
And that's what's beautiful about America.
Exactly.
But on the other end of that, I don't feel like I would be socially responsible if I wasn't aware of what's going on. And in my time doing that, I've noted that power corrupts. And if you give that power to someone for an extended period of time without the proper checks and balances, somebody's going to take advantage. Mm-hmm. And we've watched both parties do that over the past several years. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
And then it opens up a space for people to come in where it's acceptable for people to come in who are outright with no worries about you knowing that that's what they're after is power. Mm-hmm. And it makes room for that.
Yep.
And that was for example, with Joe Biden, that was a legitimate gripe that some people had, was like, this dude ran for president, 16 times?
Yep.
And his platform has been, has done a complete 360-degree turn, 5 times.
Yeah.
Depending on what the public opinion was. And, and that was a legitimate, concern that people had with him.
Yeah.
You know, but on the other hand, if the quote unquote silent majority spoke up, mm-hmm. and he felt the pressure, you could be advantageous. Maybe he would buckle to it, because that's what he does historically. Not just him.
Yeah.
A lot of other people. But you know, he's the case in point right now, because he's the president elect.
Yeah. And so, with that being said, I do believe people have room to grow and change. I completely believe that. And I also think that is another great thing about our country. You know mm-hmm. what I'm saying? From these debates, imagine the conversations that they have.
Yeah.
With each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know the other great thing about this country is? Mm-hmm. Is where else do you see people doing this shit? What we doing right now?
Exactly. Thank you, YouTube. We appreciate
that. There's a million of us.
Yeah. We love you. Appreciate that.
No comment. But leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button,
please
all that
do.
Good shit.
Please do.
All that good shit. And one thing I want to bring up, I want to give my support to a young man out in Alabama, CJ Pearson. I signed your petition, buddy. I don't know if people know who CJ is. He might be kind of obscure, but I've been aware of him for a while. He's a young college student in the University of Alabama, I think. That's Rose Tide, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And he's a very outspoken conservative. And see, I'm all about free speech. I don't care who you are. But he's an outspoken Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. But and that's his prerogative. Like I said, I voted for Kanye West. But somebody at a school started a petition mm-hmm. to have him expelled from the university strictly because of his political beliefs. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to shout him out because I saw a little story this morning that said her petition only had 4,000 signatures. Mm-hmm. And his has 70, 80,000. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Shout out CJ.
Yeah, man. Y'all get off that man's ass. Dog.
Free speech, man.
Absolutely.
Free speech.
That's what our country was built on.
Everybody's the protection of free speech. Why do we have to protect shit that you agree with? You agree with it. It's the shit you don't agree with.
Yeah.
That has protection. Like you see, even the ACLU is under attack now.
Really?
Because they said that the Twitter ban on Trump was going too far in impeding free speech.
Yeah.
You know, ACLU historically, well, not historically, but in the context of this presidency, is not on his side.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Because of big tech, what can we do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have full right to do that. So it's what do you do?
Man, you just got to go back to using the telephone, bro. Fucking party lines. You remember the party lines?
Yes.
Party lines was the shit. You get on there, be like 50 people on that bitch. You didn't know what nobody was saying. Just like Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like Twitter, you can get private messages and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we was doing.
That shit was kind of clean, actually, now that I think about it.
Hopping on calls and texting each other. That's
Back in my
true.
day, it was paging a motherfucker. You page me, and then if I want to talk to you, right? Like I'm at the crib, and I call you on the landline, and you ain't there. But you got the pager.
Yeah.
So I page you.
And you call me back.
If it's emergency, I put the star 911.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Or if I get a page. I remember thinking one time, I was like, why the fuck do I even have a pager?
Yeah.
Like, I'm out and about and you page me. I can't call you. I ain't got no fucking phone. That's the whole reason I got the pager. So I'll be calling motherfucker, but like, I get to the phone and I have to make all the calls from that was on my page. I call this motherfucker back. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I made it into the very end of the pager when texting began.
Yeah.
And so I had a two-way pager.
Yeah, we had the Sky pager.
Yeah. So that's as far back as I personally experienced. But
I had the block too.
Wasn't life more peaceful though?
So much.
You know what I'm saying? That wait to you to get some shit done while you wait on that nigga to call you back.
Because all the crazy motherfuckers that hate you.
Yeah.
Didn't even know you existed. So like life was peaceful.
Yeah.
And like people could just be. Like if the internet didn't exist, bro. Like all this shit wouldn't be happening right now.
None of it.
Like.
None of it.
And I'm not saying abolish the internet because I like the internet.
Yeah.
But it seems to thrive off of insanity.
What do you think you'd be doing right now?
Same shit I always do.
Well, okay. Well,
Smoke weed and talk shit.
Facts.
Probably make some music.
Yeah.
Probably make way more music.
Yeah, you think?
Well, I don't know, maybe not. I might go fishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That real shit. That's like my favorite thing is fishing.
Yeah.
I like fishing for crappie and catfish. I like to eat catfish and crappie.
I'll go fishing with you, Casey. I like to fish.
I left my fishing poles in my mama's house, in my car, in my other car. It's too damn cold to go fishing right now anyway.
Absolutely. I didn't mean right now. Fuck that shit.
I would go right now if it was warm.
Man. That's what my daddy be doing, man. My daddy is a fisherman, dog.
Like right now is the time to go, bro.
Yeah. He'll go out there with a heater or make a fire and fish all night and then go to work. Shout out to my pop. What's up, man?
Shout out to all the pops.
Call you. Yeah. Yeah,
My
man.
pops got the COVID vaccine.
Yeah. How long ago?
I don't know. Like a week or two ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, no, it was before Christmas.
So I Ubered a doctor to
I think he got a second shot this week.
Yeah. I Ubered a doctor to Love Field and she had taken it like a week or two prior.
Yeah.
And like, bro, she did the full, you know what I'm saying? Cause she's like in the field. So she knows what's going on. And so she was like, I took the vaccine. I quarantined for 14 days after I took the vaccine. You know, she documented her mild symptoms and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? She did the two
pops ain't
dose.
do none of that shit.
No?
No.
Oh yeah, she wasn't playing, bro.
He took the shot.
Yeah.
At work.
Which a lot of people are doing. Shout out to our healthcare system.
While
man.
he was on the
Thank
shift.
Yeah.
What is it? January. This month alone, I talked to him the other day. This month alone, when I didn't talk to him. My mom was telling me this month, just this year so far, he's already had like 4 or 5 heart exposures.
Okay.
And he don't wear gloves.
Yeah.
He says that shit's pointless.
Yeah.
I don't know why he says it. I think the reason he says it is because you got to wash your hands any fucking way, even if you put the gloves on.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he says it's pointless. Plus, he was an ER doc for a long time, so
Yeah.
probably didn't have time to put on gloves.
Yeah.
Do you think masks are working?
I feel masks are working because I am coming in contact with people who are like coughing and sneezing in public. And it's been like that for a long time, but now I guess it's a little more.
I think you're just more hyper aware of it now.
What do you mean?
Well, like people always cough and sneeze in public, especially around flu season.
Yeah.
But now I think with the COVID shit going on, people are just more hyper aware of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I coughed earlier and it's just like a smoker's cough
Exactly.
at the store, and people were looking at me like,
Yep.
I was looking at them like, bitch, I cough on you.
Yeah.
Nah, but the reason I asked that was I see everybody wearing the mask. And I mean, of course, every once in a while you got the one or two people.
Yeah.
But like I see, for the most part, everybody wearing their mask, doing their social distancing and shit. But the numbers steady going up.
Yeah.
And then my pops was telling me like a couple people come in, they'd be like, I don't understand. I wear my mask. I do this. I do that. I do this. I still got it. And he's like, the mask don't stop the shit. And they were like, well, I wear an N95 mask. He said, that still don't stop the shit.
Yeah.
It's not like hazmat gear. It doesn't stop everything from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't think they're working. Long story short.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Because anything passes for a mask.
Yeah.
Tie a bandana.
Yeah.
Bro, you know, check this out. I'll give you an example of what I mean by how stupid that is. Like the school that my little girl goes to.
Yeah.
You know, the N95 masks, they have ventilators on them.
Yeah.
Now, she didn't have the N95 mask, but they allow any mask except ones with ventilators on them. Like, they sent her home. You gotta get another mask.
What?
Because it had a ventilator on it.
They just been giving masks to my kids.
They give one to my kids too. Sometimes if like,
you know what I'm talking about, the little blue ones.
Oh no, so you gotta provide your own here.
Yeah.
Then they'll give you one if like yours breaks or some shit.
Bro, I keep giving my son masks. I've bought like a plethora of fucking the cloth ones that you can wash.
He's back. Why you sitting over there? What's up? What's wrong? Shut up, stupid.
I think she's mad at you.
Snuggles mad at Sly because he high. Sly That Guy.
But yeah, I bought a shitload of masks and I keep giving
You bought
them to
some
him.
meth.
Masks.
Oh.
My mouth's a little dry. I'm sorry, guys. Masks. I bought a bunch of masks, and my son, he keeps coming home with the little blue ones. It's like, all right, bro.
My little girl.
I got it like that.
Her little friend made, I don't know if they made them for everybody or just for her, whatever, but one for each day of the week.
Oh, really?
Say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Say it on there, though. Sewn on there.
That's
I
funny.
was like, damn, that's clean.
Yeah.
I prefer the face shield.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I'm being suffocated with the mask on.
Yeah, it does suck. I just feel silly with the shield on, but when you put that all on that day in the car, I was like, okay, I get it. I get it.
I feel free. Like I ain't got that bit like I'm just wearing a baseball cap.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie though, now that it's cooled down, I don't really mind the mask so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been wearing them and yeah.
Could keep me warm.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gotta smell people's breath.
Absolutely.
That's
the best part of this shit, man.
Slightly.
And you can smell your breath. You feel me? You got the mask on. You like, damn. Oh, I got to do something about this.
Well, and that's the plus side though. Is can't nobody else smell the shit.
Yeah.
But you just gotta live in it.
Yeah. And do better. Do better next time.
Like, ooh, I should have brushed my teeth before I left the house.
Or let me get some gum. But see, that's the point.
I keep breath mints in the car.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a thing about smelling funny.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like people to smell funny, and I don't want to smell funny.
I feel you.
Try to avoid both.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's been a eventful week.
Yeah. There's been some crazy shit happening.
Dog.
Took a parlor out the game. They took the president out the game. They took all kind of shit out the game.
Yeah.
I don't even know all the people. They said Twitter purged like millions of accounts. I don't know why. But that's a lot of fucking accounts.
Bro.
You think there's that many fake accounts?
I don't know.
That's
I got
weird.
a question. How the fuck is R. Kelly still releasing music? Did you see that?
I don't know. Same reason King Von's still releasing videos.
Yeah. Nah. I wouldn't listen to the songs. And either R. Kelly is clairvoyant or he wrote them songs like after. Like they're very remorseful.
About what?
You know how R. Kelly does it. Like he'll write about his life in a love song.
That motherfucker probably wrote that shit 20 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
He been fucking kids since he was a kid. The fuck? He knew his ass was gonna get caught.
Oh, you know what?
He knew he was gonna get caught the first time.
Oh,
they said
this is
that
his
shit.
conscience we're hearing. That's what that is.
He knew he's gonna get caught
Yes.
after the piss tape trials.
Yeah.
So like he knew it was inevitable. Yeah.
This is
All roads led to prison for that man. He already knew he wasn't no dummy.
Oh man. This is his manifesto we're hearing.
Bro, motherfuckers play innocent all they want to, but they know they did some fucked up shit.
Every new R. Kelly track released is a part of his manifesto.
Bro, that's like some serial killer shit though, if you think about it. And what if Trapped in the Closet was really like that's really like,
man.
what if that's really like the bitch's dad? Oh shit, what they call him on the song? What she call him? And she call him like Big Pop or Pops or some shit like that. Yeah, that's crazy, fool.
Yes, that's terrible.
Like shit like that just changes your perspective on somebody's music.
Yep.
Like I still fucking love Luther Vandross's music.
Yeah.
And I'm not a homophobe by any means.
Yeah.
But it did really change my perspective on a lot of his songs when I learned that he was homosexual. Like, just really changed. I was like, oh, that makes it so much more different.
Bro.
Like, it makes more sense in such a different way now that I know that shit.
I need you to understand. I jammed Frank Ocean a whole entire year and a half.
I still jam Frank Ocean.
No, absolutely.
Oh, you had no clue.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you go back and listen to the songs, he's giving you his perspective in life. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You kind of hear what you want to hear and take what you want to take from what people give.
Exactly.
So
it's crazy.
Shout out to Frank Ocean.
It's crazy what like social constructs.
Yep.
Influence our minds to picture.
Yes.
Like, that's really interesting because I just watched this old interview, like literally before y'all got here. I just watched this old interview on the Dick Cavett show.
Yeah.
Where with Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And he asked him an awkward question. The way he asked it just came out awkward.
Yeah.
And he was asking him, like, how does he feel about white writers writing stuff in the context of like trying to use the vernacular and language and talk like a black person for him.
Really?
And he was like, "What do you mean?" And he just like went into this whole explanation. That really, like, it's crazy. It really like pertains to this because Richard Pryor's whole, like, he let him just like talk and give all these examples and it was kind of funny because, you know, he was playing along, but he was stringing them along, but he was serious too. And when he got done, he was like, "I don't know what any of that shit that you just said means. I don't even know what you're saying. Like, what does a black person talk like?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, good point. Yeah. What does anybody talk like or look, or sound like or think like or?"
Yeah.
That was pretty.
I'm just saying, so that situation threw me for a loop, and it gave me a lot of perspective. Cause like I was feeling every note this man said in certain situations from my perspective.
Yeah.
And so it's like at the end of the day, does it really matter? I don't care who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like those songs are still special to me.
Exactly.
Like what the?
Who cares?
Yeah, but in society,
I mean, about that. I mean, there are some things where it's like you should definitely care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There's just some things you should care about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're a 30-something-year-old pop sensation and you're like screwing 13-year-old girls or boys or whatever
you have going on.
Yeah, you got some like that. I can't fuck with that.
Oh.
I'm not gonna listen to your music no more.
Yeah.
But I wasn't talking about anybody specific. That was just an example. But you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah, man.
But I can't really say that. I'm lying. Because I listen to all kind of music, like, especially like hip-hop music where the artist has done some terrible shit.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit, okay. So that goes back to the cancel culture thing, right?
But you know, I don't mean to cut you off before you say that. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of like the thing, though, right? Everything has a balance,
right? Like
every beginning has an end. Every up, there's down and up, left and right. For every action, there's an opposite, equal reaction.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess I say that to say, like, everything is good and bad. I think that's a good way to, like, try to stay measured when you talk about shit. Or that's how I try to stay measured when I talk about all this.
Yeah.
All these different things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's why I'm still married.
Yeah.
It's because I know there's shit about, like, you can't live with somebody and say with a straight face you actually like everything about the person you live with.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
You probably dislike more things than you like.
Man.
But you gotta accept all of them, if you want to be to have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
But I digress.
Me too.
Sly over there falling asleep. Faces in his lap. Off camera because he started snoring with his eyes open.
The hardest working man in show business.
You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen. I seen it.
Man, everyone do be working.
Yes.
I can't say the word, so you tell him. Make sure y'all go get that. There you go. him and maintain.
Yeah, check that out.
Check that out. I'm put a link in the bio. Or not the bio, the description. And make sure you hit that subscription.
Yes.
Check us out everywhere podcasts are available. Follow me. I don't know where to follow me. I done signed off all that shit. I guess you can follow the podcast Uncivil Rights on Twitter, Uncivil Rights on Instagram, Uncivil Rights on Parler. When it's back up, we didn't have any followers there anyway, so it doesn't like directly affect us, but still, fuck that.
Yeah.
And hit the subscribe button. I said that a million times.
Absolutely.
Follow Haji and Sly Dat Guy. Uncivil Rights. Peace out.
Later, y'all. Oh, man.
Slide went to sleep on the goddamn.